So welcome to this class. Today we will focus on the energy of the full moon. It's a full moon. I think it's 5:28 today. The full moon is in Leo. So let's welcome and embrace the light of that full moon into the bodies. It's beautiful to do the Yin practice with the full moon because the moon obviously reflects the Yin energy. It reflects the light of the sun, and we want to bring that into our bodies. And that helps to provide that deep introspection and the deep internal reflection. So closing your eyes and take your left hand to the heart, take the right hand on top for a little mudra of the heart, and take a nice deep breath in here, closing your eyes. Take a few breaths into that heart center at the center of the chest. With your eyes closed, see if you can actually imagine, instead of breathing in and out through your nose, that you're breathing in and out through that heart space. Filling up that heart space with the beautiful moonlight energy with every breath. And just allowing the hands to soften into the body. Feel the earth beneath you supporting your weight. And feel that you can relax the energy of the bones and the muscles down into that earth. Good, and then take a deep inhale and just float your arms above your head. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart space and just push the fingertips together, creating a little bit of space between the palms here. So feel the fingertips touch, the bottom of the palms touch, just creating that space for the moonlight within in the center of the palms. Take another breath in. Good. We're going to begin with a little bit of self-massage and a massage of your face. So first of all, just brush down your arms and just release any stagnant energy, anything that you don't want, anything that's, any energies you feel might be attached that you can let go of, that are not yours. Let it all go. Anything you're holding, just release it all, allowing it to be thrown down and transmuted into the earth. Good. And then when you're ready, bring the index and the middle fingers to the inside edge of your eyebrows. I'm actually just going to use my index fingers, and I'm just making little circles across the eyebrows. So I want you to push into the eyebrows. Take glasses off if you've got glasses on. And just going across the eyebrows till you find a little indent. Usually it's around 3/4 of the way out to the edge of the eyebrows. When there's a marma point there, it's sometimes called an acupressure point. Just to make some little circles into that point, some clockwise circles. So this is like a, sometimes called yoga, face yoga, or a yogic natural facelift. We're going to just press into the marma point. Sometimes we neglect giving ourselves this massage of the face, but it's so beneficial. So come round to the edges of the eyebrows and then make some circles around the temples. And it's also nice to do this kind of thing with some essential oils on your hands, or a little bit of oil, maybe some apricot oil or some rose oil. And then come in under the eyes, and then let the index fingers slide up and down on the inside of the eyes, up the side of the nose. And And then from there, you can come down under the eyes and almost on the top of the cheekbones. You'll find more pressure points. So you're just sort of pressing in and doing tiny gentle circles with the fingertips. Some of these points are connected to the organs of the body, the stomach and the intestines, the liver. So just massaging across the cheekbones, all the way to the edge of the face, and some circles there where the jaw meets almost up to the ears, and then you can sort of trace that line. And you can even do a little bit more pressure down the jawline, just releasing tightness in the jaw. You can open your mouth slightly if that feels good. So up and down there and around the space where the ears connect to the head. And then even into the ears, pulling on the ears, this activates the vagus nerve, that wandering nerve that connects the brain and the stomach. It comes down the center of the body and spreads out. It's often called the wandering nerve. It's that true mind-body connection, or part of the mind-body connection. So activating that by tracing the insides of the ears and like tugging at the ears a little bit, maybe even behind the ears, giving a rub. And then behind the head, that strong muscle that goes from the backs of the ears, which you can often use to relieve headaches. And then down the neck, a little rubbing to the neck. The shoulders. And then take opposite hand to opposite shoulder and just give a little butterfly hug there. Maybe even a tap. Good, and then down, just connecting into your body, bringing the attention inwards, letting go of the external world, giving a little rub to the legs. Good, and then just turning the right palm up on the left palm, connect the tips of the thumbs, take a breath, close your eyes. And just notice what your mind's focused on. See if you can bring that attention of the mind into the space of the body. Let go of any problems or challenges that you've been thinking about, and see if you can just focus on love and peace and gratitude, just consciously bringing those energies into the body. So focus on those words. See if you can really feel them as an energy. And then when you're ready, extend the hands out and scoop those energies up and bring those energies in now as you let the hands brush down the body. So scoop it up. Let the palms of the hands brush down the face, the chest, the belly, the legs. Just a couple of times. Bringing in that beautiful moonlight, covering all of the cells of the body with it, letting it flood through the body. Good, and then shake your hands out. Inhale, float your arms up again. Gaze up as you bring your thumbs together to touch. And then let's just take the left hand to the right knee, take a gentle twist. So lift up through the spine, gaze behind your right shoulder. Take a nice breath there, deep breath. And then to the other side, so inhale, float your arms up, lengthen through the spine, and then swap to the other side. And gently release. We're going to come onto all fours now. So when you're ready, place your palms under your shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're going to start the practice with a wide-kneed child's pose with a twist. So there's going to be a few variations. You're going to start with your knees wide, toes to touch. Some of you may like a blanket over your heels. That's one option. And then when you're ready, take that right arm up and then thread it through behind the left arm. Bring your cheek and the side of the head to touch the earth. Now you can sit back a little bit, and that might be enough. If you want to come onto the fingertips of the left hand, you can do that. You can also extend the left hand out above you or bring it behind you. So just choosing the variation here. Soften your face as you come into that wide-kneed child's pose with the twist. Just breathing there. Letting go, breathing into the spine, getting that gentle twist, that gentle massage. Remember to use your breath, filling up the whole body, even though you're in a twist. Deep breaths into the belly. Good, and gently release your top arm when you're ready. Use that hand to push yourself up. Turn your toes under, bring your knees together and sit back on the heels. We're going to come into our, well, sometimes it's called toe breaker, but I don't really like that name because it's kind of like a shot of espresso through the body, waking up all of the energy points. When we lean back onto the toes, we're stretching out and activating a lot of those pressure points that are at the base of the toes. So take a couple of breaths here. Slow, smooth breaths. If you like to spread the pinky toe, sometimes your pinky toe gets caught up, you can spread that manually out a little bit. And just think about the benefits of activating those pressure points, stimulating the energy points so that any stagnant energy can start to move around, start to unblock anything that's blocked. Take another deep breath down into the feet. And depending on the types of shoes you wear, sometimes that fascia is tight, and it's good to spread and stretch that fascia of the feet. It can affect the ankles and even the knees. Good, and then come forward and just give your feet a little tap. And we'll come to the wide-kneed child's pose on the other side. So our gentle spinal twist, knees are wide, toes touch. Take the weight onto your right hand, lift the left arm up, and then thread it through, coming down onto the left cheek. Maybe stretching that right arm up, out in front, or if you did on the other side, you can take it behind you. Softening the face, softening the jaw here. Slow, smooth breaths. You can come back more onto the heels as well if that feels good. Just choose your variation. Good, and then slowly release that top arm. Use your hands to push yourself up. Push back onto the heels, take a stretch. And then very slowly use your palms, pull yourself through into your Sphinx pose. So coming down into Sphinx pose. Your elbows are under your shoulders, your palms are spread. Your heart lifts up through your chest, opening up and expanding the heart space. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. Now, this is a fantastic pose for your lower back. However, if your lower back is a little bit twingy, you can keep the thighs activated, so you can keep those muscles. Usually we let go everywhere, but if you want to keep those thighs switched on slightly, it could support. My door just closed. That can support the lower back. So take a nice breath here into the lower back. Breathing in and just continue to imagine that beautiful moonlight energy. I like to visualize it as a color. When you see the moon reflected on water, that silvery color. So bring that gorgeous silvery light in through the body. Let it flow through the spine. Healing, strengthening the body. Your gaze is forward. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. And just continue to breathe into the lower back, the kidneys and the adrenals. So as I often say, this is, if you were an iPhone, this would be the pose you would be in to charge your batteries. Charging up that kidney energy, bringing fresh life force, reinvigorating you. And as you do this, you're letting the muscles relax, you're softening the organs down. The organs can be fully supported by the earth. So letting the belly really relax here. Take another breath down to the kidney space, filling it up. Now, if you'd like to deepen this stretch, you can come into seal. No problem though, if you're happy where you are, stay there. If you'd like to deepen for the last minute, just spread your fingers wide, turn the palms slightly out and straighten the arms, and that's going to give you a deeper stretch. Keep your focus on the breath. Good, and very slowly soften the elbows to lower down, all the way down. Turn your cheek to the right. Take your arms out to cactus and slide that right knee up to a 90-degree angle. Relax here in your half frog. Feeling the full support of the earth. Good, and when you're ready, swap over to the other side. Left knee comes up, gaze to the left, cheek down to the floor. Really letting go of any unnecessary holding in the body. It's a great opportunity with the full support underneath you. Let go and release. Good, and slowly release that left leg. Bring your hands beside your chest. Push back to all fours. And prepare to come into Anahata now, melting heart. So we're going to walk our hands forward, knees are under hips. We're going to really get into the shoulders here. So You walk your hands forward. The option is to come onto your chin or onto the forehead. So hands come forward, rest the head down, soften through the shoulders, melting heart. Give a little massage to that third eye space by turning the head, shaking the head left and right slightly. Well, not shaking, but just moving very slowly if you like. And settling into a neutral position, breathing into the back of the heart space. You can lift your elbows up off the floor to make it stronger or release them down to make it a little bit easier. Just choosing what feels good to get into those shoulder blades. Good, and slowly push the floor away. Push back into a child's pose with the arms behind you, palms turned up. Soften the shoulders. Imagine yourself surrounded by silvery moonlight as you rest in the child's pose. And then take a nice deep breath, come up. We're going to come into our lateral dragon pose, which is so good for the lower back, stretching through the side of the lower back. Now, if you need a blanket, if your hamstrings are particularly tight, sit on a blanket or pillow. If you have a block or a support, you can take it to the inside of the right leg, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. It's just optional. So we're going to come into our lateral dragon pose. So actually, I probably prefer to do it without a block, but you can either lean on a block or slide that right hand beside the knee. Bring your left arm up and over. So eventually coming to the toe. If you can't touch it, don't worry. Just coming in that direction. If it's too much to have the arm hang, you can bend the elbow and just let the arm rest on the side of the head. So just choose what's good for you. And then you could take this right hand and use it to just gently open that left leg if you like. But once you come into the pose, just softening, breathing into the left lower back, opening up the side body. Make sure that your left sit bone is grounded here. You really feel it down the left side of the body from the top of that left hip. And soften the soles of the feet if you can. Good, and then turn that right palm around so it pushes into the floor. Take your time to come up to center. Take a breath. Just notice the rebound effect of the body. Notice on the body from that pose. Notice the energy's moving. Notice the right and left sides of the body. And when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. So slide that left arm over. Right arm comes up beside the ear. And relax into the pose, softening the feet. Keep your right sit bone grounded. Soften the neck. Keep the right sit bone anchored. Take another full breath. Good, and I'm turning that left palm over to use it to help me come up. Take a moment here again, take a breath. Notice what's going on in the body. And then slide your hands under the knees, just bring the knees together and take the legs to the left. So the knees, drop the knees to the left and take a little twist, bring the arm around, lift up through the chest. And swap over to the other side. Knees drop to the right, bring that left arm over. And gently come back. Good. All right, we're going to come into a forward fold now. So send the legs out in front. The feet are hip distance, so it's a full forward bend. Sometimes it's called caterpillar pose. So yeah, the feet are hip distance rather than Paschimottanasana where they're touching. You can place bolsters, cushions, blocks, something to rest your head on if you'd like. And we're going to slowly come forward here. So remembering it's yin, so we let go. We can round the back. It's not about stretching and flattening the back. We can just let everything go. So maybe start with the chin into the chest. And in this pose, as with all of the yin poses, we just allow time and gravity to work on the body. So let the head soften. The shoulders might round in. Just relax the back of the neck. It's still morning, so your hamstrings might be fairly tight. That's okay. Just turn the palms up, really become receptive, receiving this beautiful energy of the moon. Feel it wash down the back of the body as you inhale. Bringing in love and peace and gratitude into the body with every inhale. Let it flow down the back into your body's natural battery or charging points. Imagine it coming in through the lower back, filling you up with all of these beautiful qualities.
See if you can relax the forehead here, the third eye space, let it expand and soften. Good, and very slowly think about pushing your hands, turning your hands around and pushing the floor away from you. It's taking your time to come up. Again, noticing the rebounds effects of the pose and the forward bend. Your head comes up last. Just sitting for a moment, letting it all flow through you. And then we're going to come the other way. We've come forward. We're going to come back now into a supine butterfly pose. So if you don't have a bolster, that's okay. I'm going to grab my bolster. You can also use a cushion, but I really love this pose. And I like to use a bolster and also a block, but just make your situation as comfortable for you. I like to put the block there just to let my head be a little bit higher. For some reason that feels good for me. Soles of the feet touch. Again, if you're very tight, you can place cushions under your thighs here for support, if that allows you to stay in the pose longer. Or you can always straighten out the legs if you need to, but try and get into a situation where you can resolve to be still in it. You can stay still for the time of the pose. So we're going to open up the heart. We're going to receive this moonlight energy. Let it wash through you. So lying back, turn your palms up. Finding that situation where your chest is open, your heart is expanded, your palms turned up. Maybe take the thumb and the index finger to touch in a mudra. And just close your eyes, softening to receive here. when you're ready, bring your awareness back into your legs. Maybe manually bring the legs together. And take your time to come out of the pose. We're going to find our way onto our backs now. So you may already be on your back without your cushion. Otherwise, just move your cushion, bolster, and lying on your back for your supine twist. So lying back, arms to 180 degrees. Your feet are hip distance. And you're going to just let the knees drop to the left. Your gaze is to the right. Letting go here. If you want to make it stronger, take your left foot onto your right knee. That's one option. And just let go of your shoulders. There should be no effort in the shoulders. Take another full breath into the belly. And when you're ready, release the left foot, swap over to the other side. Release your right leg now and slowly bring the legs back to center. Take a moment at center, take a breath. And then send the legs up to the sky. So send your feet up to the sky and make some circles with your ankles. One way and then the other. And if you can, bring the arms up to the sky as well, but the wrists, the back of the palms touch, the back of the wrists touch. And make some circles with your hands as well. So just going one way and then the other. And then finally, release the legs down, give them a little hug, and stretch out for your Shavasana. So taking up space, grab a blanket if you need it. Find that position that you can be comfortable in. This is where you reap all the rewards of your practice. So just turn your palms up, let the body relax, and allow the mind to float just for the final few minutes. Gently deepen your breath. Start to bring your awareness back into the physical body, moving your fingers and the toes, stretching your arms overhead if you'd like to do that. And then eventually rolling to your right side. Using your left arm to help yourself up. Slowly rub your hands together, the fingertips again. Lace them over your eyes. And just blink your eyes open, look up, down, left and right. When you're ready, inhale, float the arms above the head, gathering strength and energy for the rest of the day. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's seal this practice with a primordial Om. Inhale. Om. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this full moon yin class. I hope you have a wonderful full moon. And as always, don't forget to comment below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.